Further, Krishna describes the symptom of a person who has controlled the mind. Krishna says, Jnana Vijnana Triptatma Kotastho Vijitendriya Yukta Ityuchyate Yogi Samaloshrashma Kanchana. A person is said to be established in self-realization and is called a yogi or mystic when he is fully satisfied by virtue of acquired knowledge and realization. Such a person is situated in transcendence and is self-controlled. He sees everything, whether it be pebbles, stones or gold, as the same. So further, Krishna is describing the symptoms of a person who has achieved yogic perfection. For such a person, Jnana Vijnana Triptatma Kutastho Vijita Indriya. Such a person who is advanced in yoga, he is fully satisfied by transcendental knowledge and self-realization. Just bookish knowledge, theoretical knowledge will not help. Theoretical knowledge without realization will confuse a person, and he will get bewildered by so many contradictions in this material world. On the other hand, a person who is self-realized, who has awakened his transcendental senses, who is in connection with the Supreme Lord by love and devotion, he is fully controlled in his mind. He works for the pleasure of the Supreme, and his Tripta Atma is always satisfied because his only desire is to fulfill the desires of the Lord. For such a person, Yukta iti uchyate yogi samaloshrashma kanchana. For such a person, whether it is pebble or gold or pieces of glass, it's all the same. He doesn't care for the external material conditions. He goes on working for the pleasure of the Supreme Lord. Further, Krishna describes the symptoms of such a yogi. Suhran mitraryudasina madhyastatveshya bandhushu sadhushvapicha papeshu samabuddhir vishishyate. A person is said to be still further advanced when he regards all, the honest, well-wisher, friends and enemies, the envious, the pious, the sinner, and those who are indifferent and impartial with an equal mind. So further, these are the symptoms described by Krishna about a person who has achieved yogic perfection. For him, he sees all the living beings equally, whether it may be friends, well-wishers, relatives, envious person, enemy. These are all external conditions of the living being. He knows that inside the body there is spirit soul who is part of God. Externally, different living beings behave differently because of varieties of conditioning and degradation, because of ignorance of the original reality, ignorance of life. So they behave differently. Some people act as friends, some people act as enemies. So a yogi, he knows that every living being is part of Krishna. Under various material conditions, they're all in different material bodies and suffering in this material world. He tries to help them in becoming Krishna conscious in different ways, and in this way he looks at all living beings equally. Further, Krishna will describe the process of Ashtanga Yoga, so we will understand that in the next section. Hare Krishna.